Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk true to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that.
Good afternoon and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary Political today. So from wherever you are watching from, this is Maiyegun Live. And you are also welcome to the Temple of Truth, where we say it exactly the way it is, no matter whose ox is God. So thank you very much for all the support, for all the encouragement, and the unconditional support that I've been receiving from many of you, even though you seem faceless, right? But you are very much visible to me. Whenever I call out, you always respond. So today, I made a transfer of a total of £1,000 to Jocelyn after the transfer fees and other charges have been paid for. So here we are. She's received the first tranche of our support. And by the time she confirmed that tomorrow, I will give you update on that. So far, so good. Yes, your love, your support, and every kind of unheartedness of yours has now been forwarded to Jocelyn. And we hope that everything works out fine and well for her. And yeah, she will be back to tell us, how it is. So this is Maiyegun Live, and to update you again about the ongoings in Nigeria, as much as their governments continue to do all they can to frustrate the good intention of the young people who protested and demanded for an end to police brutality in Nigeria. Okay, so I told you that they are going to come for them. The government is not going to take that lightly. The NSAS protest has brought about the weakness of the criminals in government. And for this government on their own, as deadly, as heartless as they are, they seem to have met their own match in this generation with this social media, the Sorosoke generation. This is the generation that is likely going to end the long-held, slavery, so to say, oppression that has become a state law, a state style for them to oppress and continue to suppress all the good people in that country. So yeah, we will pick on that. Today mark the 25th years that Nigeria killed Ken Saro-Wiwa. Unfortunately, same way they have done to make sure that history is completely expunged from the book or from schools of Nigeria. So they have done that by blacklisting good people who challenge different kind of criminals who have had sway in that country. They ended up blacklisting them as the enemy of the country. But the problem they killed them for, the problem persists today. Ogoni 7, the champions of Ogoni, the Ogoni people, the Ogoni sons and daughters who stood up to challenge the government of Nigeria. And their campaign, mind you, their campaign was actually on environmental degradation, environmental pollution, and all those oil spillages that has rendered their communities, which were supposed to be riverine communities, they have rendered them more poorer as their means of livelihood has been shattered and destroyed by the oil exploration in Nigeria. So they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa. They called him a terrorist. They charged him to court. The government of Nigeria under Abacha, in order to safeguard and protect those who are extracting Nigeria oil at the time, they decided to call the agitation of Ken Saro-Wiwa a treason. They said Ken Saro-Wiwa and his Ogoni brothers, they were trying to overthrow Abacha. Same thing Buhari is doing right now to NSAS protesters, sending the state sponsors after them. They are going to charge them for different things. They are going to, but I don't know. I'm not sure if they are going to be able to get away with that. Only time will tell, okay? So they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa, and before he could appeal the kangaroo court judgment that they gave, before he could appeal that, they hung them, they killed them. And to this day, Ken Saro-Wiwa is buried as a fugitive, as a criminal who tried to topple government of Nigeria. That is the record of Ken Saro-Wiwa in the book of Nigeria. Since we are from Niger Delta, sorry, if you have issue with the sound, let me know. Because it seems to be all right from my own end, and I hope it is from your, at your end as well. So let me know if you have issue with the audio. I'm going to try and check if someone said that my voice is not in, my mouth is not in sync with the video. So is that right? Please confirm that before we continue. I don't think that is right. I just checked my own audio now. If you are having issue with yours, I will say, yeah, it's very much all right from my own end. Check your device. So let's continue. Yeah, for you to know that I'm watching too. Here. That's my mouth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Check your own audio, please. Nedu. Let's double check that. Someone said my voice is deep. I don't know what you have with the voice, but I want to know if from your own device, my voice and the video, if they are not in sync, if they are not going together, if one is going after the other. Do you get that now? So if you have an issue with that, if it is not general, someone said from my side, not from my side. Anyway, it's very much okay from my own side. And I don't know what you guys mean, but also from my audio, if you have an issue with that, if it's not general, also from my side, not from my side. It's working perfectly fine. So check yours. However, don't worry about the thickness in my voice. I don't know why that is today, but well, fine. So they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa. That I mean, that is what we are remembering today as well. Ken Saro-Wiwa was laid to rest, and it's very much, that it was buried as a criminal. You should know that. Mm? Yes, it's sinking well, synchronizing well. Thank you. So, and it's clearer too. And the image, what about the picture? Better, isn't it? So let's manage that. It's gonna get better. Okay, it's gonna get better. Check your device, or you can come out of it and come back in if it is still acting up. Okay. So Nigeria killed Ken Saro-Wiwa, and to this day, the people who killed Ken Saro-Wiwa are still in government. Do you know that? The man that is in charge, that backed Abacha when Abacha decided to kill Ken Saro-Wiwa, his name is his name is Muhammadu Buhari. Another one is Gambari. You know that Gambari, who is now chief of staff to Buhari. That Gambari happened to be the one that was doing the international image laundering for Abacha. I mean, justifying why Ken Saro-Wiwa must be killed, why Ogoni, sons then must be killed for asking the government to fix their communities, by the way. And that campaign is still very much on today. Fake Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, your own Oshibade, came out and he said they were giving $2 billion for the Ogoni cleanup. They took some pictures where they excavated some of the arts from a particular region in that place. And they said, yeah, we are already cleaning Ogoni land. Today, 4 years after that, Ogoni land is yet to be cleaned. 25 years after they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa, Ogoni land is still worse off than it was then, okay? So DJ Switch, the young lady, are you with me? The young lady that streamed live the shooting at Lekki toll gate on the 20th of October 2020. The DJ Switch, let's use DJ Switch for her. Do you know that immediately she was the first target when they wanted to bury what happened at Lekki toll gate? And you also remember when the Lagos State Governor, Sanwo-Olu, came out and he said they have the video of what happened, the CCTV video of what happened at Lekki toll gate on the night of October 2020, right? Remember he said that the camera removed by the LCC, Lekki Concession Company, that day, 4 p.m. that day, that the camera removed were just infrared cameras, okay, that they have CCTV to provide. Sanwo-Olu has come out to say, no, they don't have any, they are, in fact, they are not going to present any video. So as it stands now, the probe into Lekki killing don't enter voicemail as it concerns Nigeria and Nigeria authority. They will bury that, okay? But good enough, they started threatening that lady. They were sending threat messages to her. They were telling her that the governor wanted to see her, and she told them that, well, at this point, if the governor wanted to see her, they should come down to Lekki toll gate to come and address them. But instead of the governor to go to Lekki toll gate to address them, the governor sent in the soldiers who decided to go and share bullets instead of flowers. So that lady, when the soldiers arrived, right? When the soldiers arrived, many people were making videos. She was live on Instagram, like live onto what was going on. When the protesters were singing national anthem, when they started shooting, when the soldiers first came, you will hear the story better now from her. When the soldiers first came, started shooting the protesters, they stopped. Some of the protesters approached them, and the soldiers said, why are you shooting us? Why are you shooting at us? The soldiers said, we are shooting at you because we received the order from above to shoot at everyone here, right? So, and the soldiers then warned them, don't move any closer. If you move any closer, I am going to consider that as an attack and I'm going to shoot again. So they moved back. As they were moving back, the shooting started again. And that was where many people lost their lives. And at that night, many bodies were taken away. You see all these stories now. Instead of the government to do the right thing by investigating all of these allegations, the government is not interested in investigating anything. They send the soldiers. They are using their media to change the narrative. They are doing everything to make sure that everything is what they want it to be. And they are ready to also bury everyone that has evidence, who can give evidence or testimony or to what happened. For now, families of those who lost their relatives and all that, only a few of them have come out to say, my son died, my daughter died, and they have shown us the pictures, the burial procession and all of that, of those killed that night. Many bodies are still missing. So many people are still missing. Why? Because the government want to bury the evidence. Now, DJ Switch, who showed to the whole world the shooting and killings of peaceful protesters who were waving flags, singing Nigerian national anthem, that lady received another threat where she was, because after the attack, she was at the hospitals, different hospitals, attending to those wounded, those with gunshot wound, all of them, right? And they're sharing videos of them on social media, okay? So the report came that the Lagos state government, the authority, they have sent people to pick her up. DSS will soon pick her up as well because they want to investigate and interrogate her. As she was moving out of the hospital, someone phoned her and said DSS are coming to pick her up. And since then, from October 21st, she has been living from house to house. She's been on the move. She couldn't stay in one place because they are looking for her. Rightly so. She was right. They have arrested those who they found easily. They were able to track easily. They took their international passport. Good enough, they have returned that as well. They've returned the passport of Morenike Abudu. Okay, so they've returned their passport. But when she wanted to travel out of Nigeria, they stopped her. First delay a flight, made her miss a flight. Then they then confiscated her passport. For more than a week or 2 weeks, they were holding on to that passport. Finally, they gave it to her. I think it was yesterday. But DJ Switch, which happened to be the principal witness, the person who witnessed it, the person who can easily point at soldiers. If they parade so many soldiers from Bone camp in Lagos, she will be able to point at the soldiers who shot at protesters. So they wanted to eliminate her. Somehow, some people went for her, right? And they managed to smuggle her out of Nigeria. She was finally, from the news we have heard, she has been, she's now, I don't know how complete story that is yet, but she's being considered for asylum in Canada as we speak. Well, we believe that she's presently in Canada, safe and sound. And she gave a testimony to the Canadian Parliament. Yes, where Nigeria Parliament that should protect the citizens, that should protect the young men and women who asked the government to what? To stop the police brutality. That was their demand. Stop police brutality. Prosecute all those who have committed, assault against the citizens, right? And compensate the victims. Also, build up the welfare of the policemen in Nigeria. They may give them better salaries. These are their demands, though. And they are now telling you that some people hijacked the protest. There is no one that hijacked the protest. It is the government that hijacked the protest by unleashing thugs, political APC thugs, by unleashing them on the protesters. Then also unleashing the rogue military on the protesters to kill and shoot them so that they can bury the case. And they are still hunting them down right now as we speak. Nobody hijacked NSAS protests. The government of Nigeria, the government of Buhari, the government of Lagos State, APC, PDP government, the traditional rulers, their emirs, their sultan, they are those who hijacked NSAS protests to kill young Nigerians. That is the true story. So she escaped. good enough. She is alive, and she will be very, 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 very useful into the investigation of crime against humanity, against everyone working for Buhari in Nigeria. They can enjoy the honeymoon. The most they will have will be another 3 years, but it's not going to be forever. So they have started arresting people. Okay, the NSAS protesters that they arrested in Abuja about 5 days or 6 days ago, right? Those protesters arrested, they were sent to prison in Suleja. They did not allow their lawyers to represent them. They did not provide lawyers for them. No legal aid, no nothing. Nobody represented them. They picked them up. The same day they picked them up was the same day a judge signed their detention order from his own home. The judge, from the comfort of his bedroom, signed detention order of young people who are asking the police to stop brutality against citizens. He signed their detention order with no bail, and they will be in detention, in prison, until the 25th of January, 2021, from November 2020. How wicked are they? Because it is deliberate. As they are freezing their accounts, now they have also selected names of those they are going to use their judiciary. So that if they are caught, they've selected about 50 people, including Davido, including Foss, including Burna Boy, Aisha Yusufu, including all the artists who supported the P Square and Co., who supported NSAS protest in Nigeria. They have brought up one Kenneth Shuku Okeke. Okay, that one came out and said he's suing 50 of them to the High Court in Abuja, so that they can get a court bench warrant to start arresting more, including Omoyele Sowore, Deji Adeyanju, and many others. So, as they are unleashing these weapons, many people are going to run away from Nigeria soon. Some of you currently still in Nigeria, thinking you are in any way, it's never going to get worse in any way. It is going to get worse. They are going to do worse things that will scare many of you away. Genuinely, they will come for many of you. For the same reason, you will never have any opportunity of regrouping to protest again. Now, that gives you, that makes the odd 50-50. Would you take that? Or will you let them do it, what they want to do? Let's listen to the Jesuit address to the Canadian Parliament just yesterday, after she left Nigeria, and she's now being considered for a political asylum in Canada. Some of you have no clue, but because you are not the target, you may not know what is coming. You will soon be target too, because there's no way you will not run foul of whatever they are putting together, those criminals. There is no way. People peacefully protested, asking the government to end police brutality. Government responded with more brutality, with soldiers' brutality. And here we are. Everyone will be on the run. Listen to DJ Switch. What happened at Lekki that night?
Spirited, focused, united in one goal. Against injustice, against police brutality, against bad governance. What started out as a protest against police brutality, especially the unit called SARS, unfortunately just degenerated into something I still find it hard to reconcile with in my heart. I remember being there at the protest. I was on stage with some beautiful organizers of that particular day's event. And we were informed that there was a curfew for 3 p.m. I do remember that there was outrage on Twitter because it was short notice. The curfew, I think we got the information at about noon that day. And so we said, look, people came from all over Lagos. It was thousands of people there. The best thing we can do if people can't make it home, we'll sit still, don't do anything, don't move. We'll sit still and we'll sleep over till night. It was at the toll gate. And then later on, we got, sorry about that. And then later on, we got, I'm so sorry. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, great. I'm getting some messages in my ear. Okay, so we also got information later that the governor wanted to see me and 6 other people. And I remember saying to them that we have no leader. If the governor wanted to speak to us, he should kindly come to the toll gate and address Nigerians because we've been out for over 11 days. And then the lady that came to give us the information, I do not remember her name at this time, left. She came back some 30 minutes later to inform us that the curfew had been cancelled and moved to 9 p.m. I remember telling the people there this information and people cheered. While this was going on, another member that was standing behind me came up to me and said, someone is taking out the cameras from the toll gate. And I said, do you recognize who? Because we had, I think the real heart of Nigerians there. We did not destroy anything except for graffiti. We did not take anything. We did not take anything from the toll gate. We cleaned up after ourselves. So we wanted to be sure it wasn't happening. Well, it wasn't a protester that was doing that. And then we found out that it was one of the staff, or, he had the LCC uniform. Those are the people that manage the toll gate. So he took a picture just to keep and, to sort of use as proof that we didn't destroy or take anything. And then we realized that the big billboard that is over the toll gate had been turned off. And so just before 7, it was like to 7, maybe 7:15, not too sure on the exact time, but to 7, we heard gunshots coming from behind. At first, it was chaotic because we didn't know where the gunshots were coming from. We didn't know what the gunshots were about. And then the lights went off. I think the rest of that is just the most tragic thing. I thought I was going to die. I thought we're all going to die. And it was in that moment that I said, let me go live on Instagram so people see what happened to us. People see where we were killed. I just believed that was what was going to happen. And I remember the military came in first. They stopped shooting at some point, and I walked up to one of them and I asked him why he was shooting at us. And he said he had express orders from above and that I was coming too close to him. And if I came too close, it would be considered an attack on him and he would have to shoot. So I moved back and asked everyone to move back. It didn't take maybe another 10 minutes. The shooting started again. I remember seeing 7 people that had been shot down. And we were telling people on my live.
Long video, but of course, other things I'm going to touch on. That was our giving our own first-hand eyewitness account of what happened that night, and a detail. See, the detail of what do you call submission there is so in tune and in term with all the details we got from that scene that day. How soldiers moved in, how the governor of Lagos State declared curfew, then extended the curfew, and only to come back to, for the soldiers to arrive there before 7 p.m. And the shooting started, and it didn't stop until around 8 p.m. In fact, from the latest, confessions that have come after this shooting, the governor that denied the shooting, the military that denied of ever being there, they've now agreed that they were there. They said they were only shooting blank bullets. They didn't shoot as protesters. They blah, 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 blah. We have heard all of that. And we have also heard the confession of the military representative at the Lagos Judicial Panel, who said the governor phoned them around 7 or half 7. And he said, Bello is shooting protesters at Lekki. Bello is shooting protesters at Lekki. Who is Bello? Bello is the one that led the team that shot at people, the protesters at Lekki. So we haven't seen Bello. They haven't arrested Bello. They haven't brought all the soldiers down to Lekki to come and, But instead of the government to genuinely do what they said they were going to do, look into the problem of the young people, stop police brutality, they have unleashed more brutality. The CBN of Nigeria has frozen the account of about 20 of them, including companies that they suspected to be supporting or to have supported NSAS protest. They have frozen their accounts. the private individuals, including members of the judicial panel, young people who are members of the judicial panel, they froze all their accounts in retaliation to the NSAS protest that happened. So they need to pick up on people that they are going to scapegoat. So they need scapegoats so that other people who feel inspired about the audacity of the young people to come together to demand for responsible government in their own country, yeah, the audacity that will encourage others to do the same is what they are about to kill. And that's why they are going after everyone as they do. They are going to try to arrest the likes of Deji. They are going to pick up the likes of Showore. They are going to pick up the likes of other names like Aisha Yesufu in the coming days. They are going to go after them like properly. You know what I mean now? Because as it stands now, the young people who are part of the NSAS, judicial panel in their different, in their different states, who have now pulled out of the judicial panel conversation. So they will then tag them as troublemakers, enemies, blah, 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 as they always do. One moment. So they will tag them names so that they can come for them. And as they do that, that is where we are now waiting to see if the Kasala go bust or the Kasala go stay. But we will find out when that time comes too. But let me quickly take you to, because I'm going to come back to that as well. But let me quickly take you to the remembrance of Ken Saro-Wiwa and those characters who processed and then executed Ken Saro-Wiwa for asking the government too. He was asking government to clean up Ogoni land. Please stop oil spillage, clean our land. Let us be able to go to farm. Pay us compensation for the land, for what you have destroyed in our land. You are making billions of money, billions of dollars from our land. Please fix the land. Our people can't go to farm. Our people can't even do any form of agricultural, which is their way of life. They can't go to the stream to fish. The fish, right? They are dead. That was the demand of Ken Saro-Wiwa until the government framed them up. When the government framed them up, as usual, they decided to send them to the hangman, hangman's news. And they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa same way they attempted to kill Nnamdi Kanu. That's what they do. And you need to know that. Let me quickly acknowledge this, my person, Ayola Ajele. Let me read your super sticker and your super chat contribution there. I can't dare to go to Nigeria now. The monsters are waiting for everyone. They will unleash terror, evil acts on. Sorry, they will unleash their evil acts on everyone. Should have other alternatives. So sorry, I'm reading from a small screen, my brother. So I'll pick that again. So I can't dare to go to Nigeria now. The monsters are waiting for everyone. They will unleash their evil acts. They are waiting for everyone. They will unleash their evil acts on. Everyone should have other alternatives now. I hope everyone will have alternative. It is a sad situation. So this is how they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa. Let's start with this.
Ken Saro-Wiwa and 14 colleagues were held without charge for 9 months in a military camp under appalling conditions.
Getting to see him was very difficult. At times it meant having to pay bribes, and very heavy bribes, to get in.
Their show trial did not begin until February 1995 in Port Harcourt.
Charge number OCDT/PH/1/95 between the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Ken Saro-Wiwa.
What the Nigerian government did, quite cynically in my view, was to take this trial away from the ordinary Nigerian courts and to put it in front of a so-called civil disturbances tribunal, consisting of 2 judges and a military officer. Those 3 people were personally appointed by the dictator of Nigeria, Abacha.
Saro-Wiwa and Ledum Mitte were charged with having encouraged the killings, as was Dr. Kiobel, who complained about their families being intimidated.
Even my family at home and
Major Okuntimo had members of the defence team beaten and Saro-Wiwa's 70-year-old mother horsewhipped when she tried to attend the trial. As a lawyer, Ledem Mite attempted to defend himself, but was continually blocked by the tribunal. Prosecution case hinged on...
Two witnesses who felt their conscience had pricked them sufficiently actually turned up and recanted their statements. The witnesses confessed to...
has promised that after the case in court, I'll be given a house anywhere in the country, a contract from Shell and Unpeded, and some amounts of money.
The state has decided to ensure that the accused persons are convicted at all costs.
The entire contrivance is, with respect, a premeditated plan to disrupt the proceedings of the tribunal.
My Lord, I object, and I want my learned friend to be asked to withdraw that line of submission. To the greatest respect, I humbly apply to withdraw from further representation.
In protest at the unfairness of the trial, the defence team pulled out.
Of the fourth accused person in this.
The outspoken Femi Falana is now also a political prisoner. Their show trial did not begin until February 1995 in Port Harcourt.
So, that was the sham trial. Same way they tried to rope in Omoyele Sowore into a trumped-up coup in Nigeria at the time. I mean, in Nigeria, they said they were trying to overthrow Buhari, the same style. So the guy who was member of that panel that killed Ken Saro-Wiwa, his name is Amadu Ali. He is the guy in charge of your custom in Nigeria now. Okay, that's Amadu Ali. Gambari, the one that was doing international relations for Abacha, telling the whole world why the world can... the death of Ken Saro-Wiwa is one of the reasons why they turned Nigeria to pariah state, where nobody wants to do business openly with Nigeria. And that was how Abacha smuggled billions and billions and billions of Nigeria money into different hands, into different accounts all over the world. You know why? Because no bank wants to take money from Nigeria, like World Bank, as they will say, World Bank, this bank. Every property or asset of Nigeria outside Nigeria, Nigeria government outside Nigeria, were more or less like confiscated or under this investigation of that Nigeria became, nobody wants to do anything with Nigeria. Ken Saro-Wiwa case was one of the reasons why, yeah? And that was how, instead of putting all Nigeria money in foreign account like they do now, everybody just they put the money in their own account. And that's how you will never find the total money stolen by Abacha. Because those people were the banks. They were keeping Nigeria money for Abacha. Then, do you get that now? So, Amadu Ali got compensated. He became the Nigeria custom chief, who is flying about in his own private jet as well. Right now, he does. He just married a young mulatto, a young small girl, right? Lovely girl. So, about 78 or 77. However, he's compensated. Criminality is compensated in Nigeria. Gambari became ambassadors to Nigeria, ambassador to the United Nations for years. For what? For being able to help them patch international image, like Amina is doing right now. You know that Amina, I don't know her second name again. I think Amina Hassan or something. You know that lady who is representing Nigeria at the United Nations. What the job the lady is doing was the job Gambari was doing then. Whenever the whole world heard about the cries of Nigerians being under the dictatorship of Abacha at the time, Gambari's job is to tell the world that it's not true, it's a lie. So Gambari was all over the world telling the world that Ken Saro-Wiwa was a criminal. Same way also that Abike Dabiri is going about profiling people who are the criminals. When they capture Nigerians who are criminals, she will be able to easily associate them with with the Igbos if they are from the Igbo, sorry, from the eastern part of Nigeria. But the women, what do you call it? If Nigerians are arrested for crime outside Nigeria and they are from Yoruba land or they are from anywhere outside the Igbo land, Abike Dabiri will easily say Nigerians were arrested for this and that. But if you do well as Nigerian outside Nigeria, they will claim you. They will say you belong to them. In fact, you are their blood relation. And Nigeria is so grateful. You're making Nigeria great all over the world. So that is the stereotyping country that you have. And people get rewarded for that. Do you get that now? You get rewarded for it. Gambari is rewarded. He is a billionaire. Amadou Ali is rewarded. He's a billionaire. They killed Ken Saro-Wiwa and many, many other people. Many, many other people. And today, the news came as well. Do you know, I don't know if you can remember when I spoke about the closed border in Nigeria. You remember when Buhari shut the border last year? This was in 2019. They said they shut the border because they want to stop smuggling of foreign rice. They wanted to empower the local farmers in Nigeria so that they will be able to produce more rice and sell the rice to Nigerians. That sounded so lovely back then, all right? But it was a scam. You know that in Nigeria is a confused place, okay? Nigeria, on the one hand, the government wants to be communist. People that are socialists, that gives you everything, okay? Government will give you this, but when they give you nothing. At the same time, Nigeria is modeled as a capitalist country, a chronic capitalist country, where monopoly of interest rules on which political spectrum you belong to. Dangote, the man that we call Ajib or Agip or Ajib, anyone, all government in power. So when you talk about the people who are real kapa, who are real cartel in ruining and destroying or keeping Nigeria to what it is right now, then you will see Dangote, the man that is keeping the stolen money for most of all those politicians, the criminals you call your leaders in Nigeria, the guy that is keeping their money for them. They ensure that he has to have a leeway. He must have a free way in order for their money to have a free flow. So, again, Nigeria cannot build refineries, okay? Nigeria is too broke to build refineries. Nigeria is too broke. Nigeria is too so dull, right, to maintain refinery. But Dangote can build refineries, the biggest in the Africa, the biggest in the whole world. And Nigeria is so proud that Dangote is building that. And you cannot see the scam in there, Adi. I'm coming. From 90, God knows when, no, I know this one. From 1999, when Obasanjo became president, a single-handedly then, even before then, no, single-handedly then, gave this monopoly of cement, monopoly of importation of sugar, monopoly of this, monopoly of that to Dangote. If you dare go into importation of rice and you didn't do that through Dangote, the custom will seize your rice. If you escape custom, the custom will come to your shop and they will come and take the rice because it has to be the rice from Dangote. Meanwhile, Dangote continue to import rice. Not that Dangote is investing in rice plantation and all of you, but they decided to say, you know what, we are going to stop importation of rice for our farmers to be able to sell their rice. There was no mechanism put in place that you can point at and say, oh, government has done this from planting to harvesting to processing and to bagging and then also to be transported to the market. There is no explanation or anything put in place to do that. But Buhari came out and said, we are closing all the borders. Do you get that now? We are closing all the borders. Everyone believed them, but I remember coming out to tell you that it was a lie. It was a fraud. They put that together to kill the economy of the southern part of Nigeria. Who are those importing food to Nigeria? Are they not Igbos? Who are those importing food, fabrics, and all that to Nigeria? Are they not Igbos and Yorubas? Are they not? Semeboda is being used by who? Is Semeboda being used by Fulani or being used by any northerner? Meanwhile, when they now shut the border in Nigeria, shut the border, they said they shut the border, okay? but it was only the southern border they shut down. People got stranded. I remember that time last year when people got stranded in Benin Republic. They couldn't come to Nigeria. They couldn't go from Nigeria to outside there. Do you know that they've still shut it down since then? They've shut down land borders. But the northern borders, the porous border in the northern part of Nigeria, continue to welcome terrorists, continue to welcome bandits, continue to welcome, all bunch of criminals into Nigeria. And there is nobody at the border checking them because the northern border is not closed. And Dangote does not import his own cement, his rice, his grains, or import his sugar, or anything he sells in Nigeria. He doesn't import them through the northern borders because the northern border is for the terrorists. So Dangote will never invest in that place. When they have lockdown and they said everybody should stay home, it was only the Dangote trucks that were allowed to move about. Remember that. It was only Dangote's trucks. So when many people lost, let me tell you something, by the way. Let me come down here and let you understand the effect of what Buhari did to the southwest economy, the southwest, the southeast, and possibly the south-south economy in the last 1 year with the border closure. You will think they have plan, Abi. You will expect them to, finally, people will stop importation of rice, Abi. But that was a lie. They are still importing rice through Dangote into Nigeria because despite the fact that they shut the border, Nigeria is still only to provide or produce just about 20% of needed grain consumption in Nigeria. Only 20%. Do you know where they have to source for the remaining 60%? The remaining 80%, which is still very much inadequate. You can see the hunger everywhere. They have to source for that from importation of rice. But they are mutulas, they are Buharidins and Buharididins. They have no idea what is going on. When they shut the border against rice, every other importation, for those who are dealing in fabrics, who are dealing in medical supplies, who are dealing in so many other things, they got trapped at the border. They couldn't come in. Many businesses shut down. In the last 1 year alone, the southern part of Nigeria economically has shrunk by more than 10 trillion naira. For those who are economically sound, they will know I'm actually being generous with that number. For the past 1 year, the economy of southwest Nigeria, southeast Nigeria has shrunk by more than 10 trillion naira. That is being generous with figure. Businesses have shut down. Jobs have been lost. Businesses have moved out of Nigeria, from southern part of Nigeria, to places like Ghana, to places like, Togo, Benin Republic, because it is easier for them to do their business there, right, than to do in Nigeria. And many people have lost their jobs too. In the last 1 year, they make it look like it is not happening. That didn't happen. But as we speak right now, the border is still shut. If their customs sees you with anything, they say it's foreign rice, they will shoot you. That one is happening in Ogun State as we speak right now. I am a witness to that one. And you can do your investigation too. So they shut the border to improve rice production. And for 1 year, remember, for 1 year, they have been producing rice in Nigeria. And this same rice is yet to feed the country. The price of a bag of rice is yet to crash. Because now that you are producing rice in Nigeria, ask yourself, it's a simple question. Ask yourself, when you are importing rice and you are buying imported rice in Nigeria, you are buying a bag of rice back then for 7,500 naira. Let's say your economy don't crash. You are buying a bag of rice for 15,000 naira, double price, Abi. Now, they are producing rice in Nigeria. The farmers in Nigeria, there is rice in Kano, there is rice in Lagos, there is Lake rice, there is Gomorrah rice, there is Sodom rice, and all those funny names they gave to you during the election. Where are those rice? And in Omishore's word, where are the rices? Now you are buying a bag of rice. You are buying a bag of rice for 30,000 naira. That are supposed to be local rice. So remember, those are the rice they are supposed to produce in Nigeria. This one, there's no import duty. They grow it in Nigeria. They process it in Nigeria, and they bag it in Nigeria, and they are selling it in Nigeria. Think about that. But what they didn't tell you is that when they told you that they are shutting down the border in order to help the local farmer grow, they didn't tell you that there are also Fulani terrorists who are going to ransack your farm, who are going to kill you, destroy your farm. If you are lucky, if you are lucky to be alive and see a little bit of your own produce, which government will tell you to keep short? Don't say anything. Shut up. Shut up. Don't say anything. You're enemy of progress. Don't let Buhari enemy hear you. Fine. Are you the only person? There are many people who have also suffered. Stop. Don't say anything. Don't let Buhari enemy hear you. The point is this: when you go to market and you buy 50 lies, and you buy 50 truths. You see, when you finish eating the 50 truths, you have to go back and eat your 50 lies, okay? Living in denial, trying to tell yourself that it is not that bad is the reason why they are always getting away with all their manipulation of you. It is not because they are smart. Use your head. They shut down the southern border for 1 year now, in order to stop importation of rice. What about other things that are also imported that are not produced in Nigeria? Many people have now fallen into the trap of the extortionist Nigerian custom, and on, and their business have suffered because the government is a dump ass. The government comprises of some dump ass lunatics with power. That is why they wanted to stop importation of rice. They shut down the border. Now they cannot grow enough rice in Nigeria. They are now giving importation. They opened the border to Dangote to help them import more. And they also opened the border to somebody called BAU, BAU or BUA, whatever it is. Another Malam from the north. Dangote, a Malam from Kano. So they gave them the license. They opened the southern border for them. Oh yeah, help us bring things in. If this is getting out of hand now, we know that our farmers have run away from the farms. They can no longer do anything. They can no longer harvest. Those of them who have managed to plant something during the planting season, they cannot go back to harvest because Fulani terrorists have taken over their land, or the road to their farm is now the den of bandits. They cannot go there anymore, or they will be kidnapped. So we need help. Dangote, we will open the border for you. Only you and the BAU. Help us bring the rice in. Help us bring so many things in. Dangote. But if you be Igbo man, if them burn you well, go talk straight and open border and say you be one Nigeria. Maybe you are blaming your brothers. You are abusing your brothers, attacking your fellow brothers and sisters because they are saying they won't be Afra, Abi. You are abusing them because you believe in one Nigeria, Abi. Don't worry. If them burn you well, should you be importer? One Nigeria. Go and import something now and let them hold you. Then we know the difference between the owners of Nigeria and the slaves of Nigeria. This is the reality. Do you get that now? And if you say this, they will say, why are you trying to cause trouble? Because they believe they have conquered everybody. Why do you like to ask questions? Why are you interested in making trouble? Why are you trying to ask people to ask questions? Because Nigeria is not a country. It is more or less like a slave camp. Many people will still run away. Look at my face very well. Many of you are still going to run away. Some of you have no clue now. Whether you supported them or you don't support them, you are still going to run away. If you have the power to run away, quote me anywhere. It is about to get worse. Okay? Get worse. We received the news that Sanwo-Olu, Rabiu Bua, God bless you. Sanwo-Olu, that Sanwo-Olu is proposing a bill to stop the pension, Lagos pension law. You remember that Lagos pension law was the pioneer law that allows, that allowed any past governor of any state, even if you just spent 1 year or you spent just 5 days as governor and you get kicked out, maybe not that sharp. But if you shall spend any moment as governor anywhere in Nigeria, you will get pension. This thing no day there in 1999. This issue of pension for governors was not there in 1999 when demonstration of grace started. Okay, it was Tifnumbu who started it. The Lagos Jaga bandits, the Lagos Jaga Wiri, the Jaga addicts of Lagos State, Tifnumbu of Bodilon. It was him who started it, but he didn't sign it into law. He pushed it and let Fashola, Isaleko Barack Obama, or however you want to call him, Isaleko Aristotle too, or maybe you can even call him Inspector Fashola, the Fashola Holmes, or FBI agent Fashola, whatever you want to call him. He had to give the job to Fashola to sign it. So it was Fashola who came to sign it into law. Do you know what that law says? It says that if you are a governor of Lagos State, even if you spend just 4 years, all you need is just to be governor of Lagos State, and for the rest of your life, you will be taken care of by the humbled slaves, obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the Lagos Abobakus, okay, the ass lickers, the crumb chasers, and then the crumb eaters of Lagos State. You will be served for the rest of your life, you and your family. It doesn't matter how much you steal from them. And this is what you will be benefiting as a former governor. You will get a very big house in Lagos as your pension home. You will also get another choice big house for yourself in Abuja, okay? You will get 2 SUV cars, meaning the one that is latest. Every 2 years, as a former governor, you will be receiving new SUV cars, latest that year. So if they say they want to buy Mercedes Maybach SUV for them, they will have to buy the one for year 2021 because 2020 don't finish. Okay, so they have to buy 2. One will go to Abuja, one will be in Lagos. They have to also provide him 2 security in Abuja, 2 security in Lagos. They have to provide him the 2 drivers, one in Lagos, one in Abuja. They have to provide him 2 cook, one in Lagos, one in Abuja. They also have to provide him life medical insurance for life until he dies and his members of his family. So as Tifnumbu Day, as Fashola Day, as Ambode Day, as Sanwo-Igbo is right now, when he leaves office, he will continue to enjoy whatever he's enjoying now for the rest of his life. But something happened. I don't know if it is a distraction. I don't know. Sanwo-Igbo came out today and said they are going to change that law. They want to repeal it. Lagos State can no longer afford to pay ex-governors that amount of money anymore. They need to stop it. And I'm like, is that possible? Is this some kind of a joke? Do I look like a joke to you? But they are politicians, so anything can happen. Okay? So, in Ogun State, in so many states right now, in so many states in Nigeria, they've also passed the law. The laws that, they've also passed the law that allows them to pay ex-governors the same amount of salary as the current governor collects. Tifnumbu started it. Sanwo-Igbo wants to end it. Let's hope he will be able to. I doubt that, by the way. Or there's nothing bad in being optimistic. I want to talk about the second wave. What do you call it? Jason. I don't know if Jason, you actually got my attention anyway. If this is your first comment, right? So I'm gonna and if this is not your first comment, Jason, you got my attention now. Okay. I don't know what the argument is with you. One moment. Where's Jason? I'm trying to pick up Jason before we finally get, Jason now. It says, yourself a Nigerian, you are denying your real identity, claiming to be a citizen of artificial country made by Britain. Jason, that seems to be a jibe you are throwing at those who claim to be Nigerian. But you got my attention. After all, I hope our Oduduwa Republic will come soon enough, so that our own children will not be subjected to the humiliation that our own parents were subjected to in that same country called Nigeria. It's not a country, by the way, an open concentration camp, okay? However, the second wave of NSAS protest is coming. I have never been more convinced than this, okay, that one way or the other, Buhari's mission is to come and divide Nigeria. Some of you may not believe it, but it seems to be that the divine job of Buhari is to come and divide Nigeria, and it's going to do it so wonderfully well. Do you get that now? It's doing so wonderfully well on that. As we speak now, they have sent one Okeke that did not come out to sue Nigerian army for shooting and killing armless Biafrans. Okeke is alive, and he saw how the government of Nigeria dehumanized his own brothers and sisters. If he is genuinely Keneshuku Okeke, but Nigeria is so messed up right now, that even your Peking, who is a Buhari or a Buhari didn't, will sell you off and deny you publicly if you realize that you don't agree with Buhari. That's how bad it is. Do you get that now? Keneshuku Okeke did not come out to sue the government of Nigeria for sponsoring thugs to burn down the businesses of Biafrans in Abuja. I would have loved Keneshuku Okeke to have at least show to be a son of his own father. I mean, that's what I would do, okay? I would just keep my mouth shut. Do you get that now? Rather than being used by the government that doesn't in any way give a damn about you. Even you, Okeke, Kenneth Okeke, Keneshuku, if you happen to see my video, even the government doesn't give a damn about you. Ask those who have licked their asses in the past. And when time comes for them to gaslight any tribe, for them to scapegoat any tribe, Keneshuku Okeke, you are an easy target for them. You did not see your brothers and sisters who lost their hundreds of millions of naira when their kamat was burned down in Abuja. You didn't see that as a goodwill thing to, you know what I mean now, to challenge your government and say, Nigerian government, why would you let this happen? We have pictures. Yes, we do. Let me show you one of the pictures of those we know perpetuated the criminality, burning down of properties in Lagos. The guy on your left with cutlass, as I used to say, is a national treasure to politicians. The guy on the right with a megaphone is a national threat to politicians. That is the reality of Nigeria. Keneshuku Okeke did not see anything bad in that. Keneshuku has now listed 50 people, celebrities. They call them celebrities. Nigerians who have mass presence on social media, like Davido, like Falls, Pastor Adeyemi. They even pick on Pastor Adeyemi too, of a Daystar Church. So he is also being sued. Aisha Yesufu. Before now, there have been some Kannywood, they call them, from Kano. I don't know if I've never really seen a Kannywood movie. I don't know what they look like. Maybe, God help them. But there are some stars there that the northern youth actually know them very well. These ones were calling the government, they are calling on people to kill Aisha Yesufu for being part of NSAS protest. Kannywood actors and actresses, they were asking people to kill, they will pay people to kill Aisha Yesufu for being part of. Now they have sent Keneshuku Okeke to go and sue Aisha Yusufu, sue 50 people to court for NSAS problem, for burning down properties, for using NSAS, and those manner of nonsense that can only be entertained in a court, in Nigerian court, a court where Tanko technicality, the Babala Wafer, the plane driver, your Chief Justice of Nigeria, Nigeria. As long as he's the Chief Justice there, cases like this will continue to pop up. Cases like that, funny people like that will always have their days in court, and all they need is just something. The same way they're asking for the social media bill. They are going to pass the social media bill soon. You are going to read it in the papers that they have passed social media law, the social media bill, and Buhari has signed it into law. That's what they need. So that you see, everything they are doing right now, they will then be able to justify that. The CBN, Nigerian Central Bank, went to court to secure a court judgment to freeze account of private citizens. No criminal investigation, no judicial indictment, no nothing. They just walked into court. But guess what? Before they walked into court, CBN already directed all the banks where those bank accounts were and told them to freeze the accounts, put a PNG on them. They froze all the accounts. When that became public, they decided to go to court and get an injunction, a court order to freeze accounts that they already they froze. The account they froze about 2-3 weeks ago. They now took a court order just last week to say we want to freeze this account. They now backdated it. Is that not forgery? Is that not criminal? Is that not a crime against the Constitution? Forgery. When your CBN forge your CBN and your court, when they forge documents, backdate documents, action they took weeks ago, is that not forgery? Is that not criminal? But in Nigeria, it is not, because they can do whatever they want. That's why everybody should continue to mount pressure on those international bans you are looking for. You are demanding for, okay? Continue to demand for that. Continue to mount pressure on the international communities to place a visa ban, property confiscation on these criminals, because they are not going to stop. They are not going to stop. They're going to do it so worse until they lose everything. And that will be the final destination. So those who are saying, let us, end Nigeria, don't rush. Those who are abusing you or telling you that you don't know what you are talking about, whenever you tell them to break up Nigeria, many of them, they are going to join you soon. They are going to be demanding for the breakup of Nigeria. You know why? The government they are waiting on, they are giving benefit of doubt to. The people they are trying to look into and say, maybe, they are going to overdo soon, completely overdo. When they finally overdo, everybody will no longer be comfortable. Those who can no longer run away, before they get killed, they will want to fight. And that is where those who are telling you today to shut up, the breakup of Nigeria is not solution, they will begin to shout, to scream the same thing with you. So don't fight anybody. Okay? Don't fight them. Leave them for now. And we have said it, listen. If the northern part of Nigeria want to have a Sharia controlled country, okay, because there's no way Nigeria will ever have anything unity anymore. Forget it, because Nigeria never had it. You never had that unity. It was all a mirage. It was all ruse, lies they told you. Thank God for this generation. We now know the lies. We die with the generation who started the lie. That Nigeria is one Nigeria, this one. When they die, right? That one lie, that one Nigeria lie, we die with them. You see, this generation, we will let them know that Nigeria will break up. It's a matter of time. Give it time. When that time comes, finally, those who want to have their Sharia not, you can build your own country like Syria. You can build your own country like Iraq or Iran or anywhere you want to, okay? Because even in Dubai, even Saudi Arabia, they don't treat their people the way they treat you, despite your belief and your religion, okay? They turn you to soldiers for Allah, who cannot fight for their own right. Share Allah, the Allah they told you about. Now, cripple person, cripple God, that Allah that they told you that you are fighting for, killing people for, Did they tell you that Allah, now disabled Allah, so is your God disabled? Now, if you want to have your Sharia, let me tell you, it happened in back then in when India broke away to Pakistan. And when Pakistan also broke away and created Malaysia, you see all these countries that broke away and they decided to choose how they want to live. Listen, those of you who are in the north, you will eventually have to move to country where at least you are genuinely, appreciated and ready, or acknowledged rather. Okay, so yeah, it happened. Those who didn't want to be part of India, they moved to Pakistan when Pakistan was created, Western Pakistan. Those who don't want to be part of that, they moved to Malaysia when Malaysia was created. So yes, you can move about. And let me tell you something. If those countries still remain today, India, Pakistan would just be a state in India. Malaysia possibly will just be a state as well in India. So Nigeria is going to break up. If you are trapped in the north, you are a Christian, and you don't want to live in a Sharia country, you will move to where people appreciate you, and you will earn your citizenship, where nobody will kill you because of your religion, where nobody will hate you, where nobody will threaten you because of the way you dress, okay, or because of what you believe in, where nobody will say they should cut off your head because you are drinking alcohol or all of that. You will have that option. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to die with the north whenever Nigeria wants to break up. When Nigeria is about to break up, you will get choice too, and you will move. Yes, you will move. And you will leave them to have their own Sharia country. You see all those Musa Abdullah threatening people on social media, telling you that their ally is this and that. Because you see, where I come from, until now, we never used to have Yorubas telling you that it is appropriate to cut someone's head because they said something about Muhammad. It was never in our culture. We were never really like that. People can tell you, they can be fanatics, they can be this or that, but they will never tell you that it is right to cut someone's head for saying something about Muhammad. But today, if you notice, all those bad ideas are now coming into, Bangladesh too, rather. I think I mixed that up. It's Bangladesh, not Malaysia. All those bad ideas are coming to Yoruba land too. You will see one person, because his name is Sikiru. Sikiru Osheni, Sikiru Ogundele. He said, what's your name? He said, my name is Abdul Fatai Ojerinde, a Yoruba man who is now Alaji, who is now this. He's now telling you, yes, it's a fatwa, it's in the Quran. It's in the Quran. Anybody who you point up, yes. If you insult Allah, if you insult our Muhammad, you have to die. All those ideas are coming to Yoruba land. In the last 21 years, they are beginning to gain ground. We will not have a Sharia land in Yoruba land. Forget that thing. There will not be any Sharia nonsense in Yoruba land. And it is true, because we are more flexible like that. It will take those who are brainwashing people to gain more ground. And with this generation, it will not happen in Yoruba land. You will move down to the Sharia north when that time comes too. Because you're not going to cut anybody's head because they say something about your Muhammad. You're not going to cut anybody's head in Yoruba land and get away with it. It's not going to happen. Before we get to that stage, it is better that we all know this. That when that time comes, they can keep their Sharia north. They can decide to ban alcohol. They will not share from the, they will not share from our VAT. Me, I dey drink. If I want to drink now, I will take my car and I will drive to the shop, get myself some good booze, I'll come back in here, and then I will treat myself to some good booze tonight. Yeah. If I want to go out there now to have some drink, well, coronavirus won't let me go out there to have a drink right now. But yes, how can anybody now punish me because I want to drink? And you come here, you are telling me your religion. Who gives a fuck about your religion? That I buy a drink or I decide to sell a drink when I'm not living in a cave that says, okay, here you must not touch drink. We live in a country where they say don't touch drink. Even in Saudi Arabia, they drink. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So those ideas, those strange ideas, those heartless, inhuman ideas, they will not have a way in the southern part of Nigeria. But we know we are already having some elements who are promoting such. But they are learning from their counterparts in the north. So when Nigeria finally break up, we will deal with ourselves. We'll take care of ourselves. Now, come and tell me where that your Muhammad or that your Allah in your own book says you should cut off my head because I said something. And come and cut off that head and let's see how it works. But in the north, they will even hire a lawyer asking them to cut off your head. Oh, you have to cut off his head. Oh, he said something about Muhammad. Oh, we are angry. Oh, yeah, you need to cut. In fact, if you don't cut off his head, we are going to start riots. You know, we are going to burn. What is wrong with them? Let them have their country. Let them have their country. Police brutality is happening in the country. People have been killed, extorted, right? And people are still being killed, hunted down by the state-sponsored terrorists. And here we are. We are not supposed to talk about it. We are not supposed to protest about it. We are not even supposed to complain about it. Because if we do complain about it, the government will be upset and the government will arrest us and the Janjaweed Buhari and his team will say, cut off their head or kill them or send them to jail. How is that going to happen? Someone is in the north and is going to look at me and tell me, if we catch this Maiyegun, what will you do to Maiyegun than to say, cut off his head? Why is it about cutting off heads? That's not what we do from where I come from. How we do, although, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, how we practice our own religion in the south. And you can dispute that with me, and I will know where you belong to. Okay, good enough. I have been, what do you call it? I have been Omolekeu myself. I have been a born-again Christian myself. I have practiced all those things. I have followed the masquerade in my village very well. I have sat where we are doing our usual Ogun Ajobo, or when we are doing our Odu Risha, or when we are doing our Odu Egungun in Odu Bolu. I come from that group there, and I participated in all of that. I have found myself leading the prayer in my mosque when I was growing up too. I was actually a very good boy when I was growing up, a good bad boy. So, which means I could walk into a church, walk into a church and participate in a kore. If they share fruit, if they kill anything for us to eat, we chop, we come up. When it is time for Lailatul Qadri, during the time of fasting, the Ramadan, we join them too. We join the Lailatul Qadri. We shop, eat a sari. Also, I join them to also do to break the fast during the evening. We do that because we grew up like that. When it is time for Odorisha, yes, that one. If you are extra bad, now when you are extra bad like myself, you will be comfortable to go and sit down with them when they will do, I grew up in Udopolu, guys. I grew up around these cultural stores. I grew up around these traditional stores. I never saw them as evil. Even though they wanted me to see them as evil, I chose not to because I saw them as human, what do you call it? Human advancement in a way that I can say, well, it is just humans experimenting the best way they know how to serve their different gods. It doesn't matter. Just serve your God, okay? Before you start saying, why are they killing the blood there? Why are they putting blood on that one? Baba, if you don't like the blood, where did they put on that one? Come on your face and come on your body. Come on your leg and move away. I grew up around that kind of, and I still grew up as a responsible man, a responsible, kind-hearted young man, okay? I didn't grow up to become evil. I didn't grow up to start feeling like, what have you? As a Yoruba man, that kind of environment I grew up. So if you are mad, or mad is maddening you, and because you are now being called Sule, Abdul Kadir is Sule, Abdul this and that, whatever you call yourself, whatever you are reading, whatever Sharia told you, if you try nonsense in Yoruba land, you go see nonsense, sharp. And people who will treat your nonsense, they will even be your brothers too. Who is also Abdul Rashid, Abdul Hakim, Asylum. If you say you are mad in Yoruba land and you want to bring your madness to us, the people that will beat you up, they are going to be the Abdul Salami, the newly converted Abdul Rashidi, and the rest of them. So if people want to turn us and make every little thing that should normally trigger conversation and find solution. If they are going to always turn that into religious, this, tribal, this and that, let me tell you something. Last, so many of you are going to join those who are championing for the breakup of Nigeria. Some of you now, when the second wave comes, when the second wave will start, when they start their mass arrest, they will soon start arresting people en masse. They will soon start sending them to different jails for so many ridiculous reasons, right? This is going to happen before the end of the year. I mean, from now to the end of the year. If the second wave, just imagine if they arrest Davido and they send Davido to Kuje prison, and they arrest Runtown, they arrest Falls, they arrest Aisha Yusufu, and they send them to Calabar prison. They arrest Omoyele Sowore again, arrested Dijate Nyoju. Let me even get the names. I have names of those they want to arrest. Let me read the names out. Let me see if I can read. They have 38. Let me read the names. We have Aisha Yusufu. We have Osei Etomi, Sam Adeyemi, Pastor Adeyemi, Yemi Eberechi Alade, Yemi Alade, that singer. They want to arrest this lady. She's very vocal too. Fakriya Ashin, she's a northerner. Temitope Majekodumi, Oanos Davis. I don't know if that's right. They want to arrest Olorun Rinu Oduala, Rinu from Lagos protest. They want to arrest her too. Peter Okoye, Paul Okoye, P Square. They are also being sued. Laila Johnson Salami, Anita Natache Akide, Ogenekaro Ibada Omu, Kanu Nwakwo. They want to arrest Kanu Nwakwo too. Ekuforiji Abdurrahman Olaitan, Olabodu Ademola, Deji Adeyanju, Dr. Joe Abba, that is their friend. They want him arrested too. Bankole Wellington, that's Banky W. They want to arrest him too. Uche Jumbo Rodriguez, Modupe Odele, Kiki Modi, Damini Ebun Oluwa Ogulu, Tiwa Savage, Ayodeji Richard Makun. That is Ayo Makun, AY comedian. You know him. They want to arrest him too. Chibuzo Nelson Azubike, Akpa Okagi Adedoyin Miriam, Folarin Falano. That is false. False is Folarin Falano. Ayo Shoguro, David Adeleke. That is Davido. Pamilerin Adegoke, Jafet Omojua, Chinedu Okoli, Michael Collins Ajere, Jules Edoche, Innocent Idibia, including Two-Face, Debo Adebayo, Feyikemi Abudu. Feyikemi Abudu is the lady they seized her passport when she was traveling out of Nigeria. So just think about it for a minute, okay? Let's just reason them for 1 minute. Like, okay, let's say we wake up tomorrow and the court say they should remand all of these people in prison until their trial will be listened to. So Davido, Tiwa Savage, Two-Face Idibia, all of them. Just imagine it for a minute. Like, we wake up and the news says, court says they should all be sent to, or pending their application, they should be sent to different prison. So someone said they won't try that. I know they won't do it like once. They will not do that like once, but they know how to persecute people. They will be coming after them one after the other, or attack their businesses, attack their own endorsement, their other things, okay? And eventually, those people personally will run away from Nigeria. You just sit here, they say, Davido don't run. They say, Davido, of all people. They say, Baba don't jail. They won't arrest her now. They say they won't arrest Davido, okay? Why did you go arrest Davido? They say, Baba, they won't arrest him. No joke. The guy don't run. No. Say, Davido run. Oh boy, we don't enter Ramo. I said, Two-Face said, don't run. No. I said, Two-Face wrong. Impossible, sir. Annie and their kids, they're all gone. They're now back in America. You know, they are American citizens anyway. People will begin to move away. They have no resources to do that. And many of them, if they had their way, they would have attempted to cut off my head about a year ago or even more. But they don't. Except for those Buharidins and the Buharidins, they wish. They wish. So just imagine this happen. Then maybe you will then have a picture, you have an idea of what is coming. People are being profiled every day. Names are being submitted. You know, people are being threatened. People are being like, underground. And if you try to go to their court for justice, you will meet Tanko there. Where are you going to go to? How can they avoid? I mean, how can they avoid the second wave? It's going to be impossible for them to avoid it. And that takes us to that thing I told you, that I strongly believe that Buhari's job is to come and divide Nigeria. Some of us didn't get the message early. And you ask yourself, who are the people giving them advices? Nobody. They are advising themselves. They are advising themselves. What they know is that the Project Fear has worked very well on Nigerians. Project Fear. That is the project that if you do anything, they will arrest you. If you do anything, they will kill you. That Project Fear really worked on it. They believe that. Now they are holding on to that. And in order for that, for the potency of that fear to continue to last, they need to continue to spread more fear, intimidation, all of that. The total number of people put there is 50, and that was where Omoyele Sowore falls in. I just read you the 38th first list there. Sowore is locked down in Abuja by the same system. The system that says he cannot leave Abuja. Do you get that now? He cannot leave Abuja. He's challenged his bail conditions many times in their court. The court gave no reason and they gave no judgment, and they've been postponing that. They have been holding on to his human rights for the sake, just simply because he asked the government to do the right thing. Do you get that now? So Sowore is under the arrest already, right? So Sowore can be picked up anytime again, because they have already kept him in Abuja using the instrumentality of their court. And Sowore seems to be someone who doesn't even care anymore. That if you want to kill me, kill me. If you want to arrest me, arrest me. Okay? He's been the one gingering everybody to continue to push, continue to demand it. The government is scared. Yeah, is the one. Thank God for all the beautiful online media giving us updated information. Sahara Reporters is still giving you information, guys. Still giving you update about what is going on in your system, what they are doing to you, how they are killing and destroying that your system. The system that I told you was put together to destroy you as well. It is still doing it. He can't leave. He can't leave Abuja. Sowore cannot even go to Lagos. If they see Sowore at the airport, he will be arrested right away. That means he has violated his bail condition. Who does that? So if you see Sowore on the street every time, Sowore knows that he is not different from someone they locked up in a place. And they usually, when they lock you up, what they are doing is that they are working on your psychology to psychologically drain you and kind of destroy you until you are destroyed completely. So Sowore is seeing himself as someone who is not different from everyone locked up in every different secret places all over the place. He's not seeing himself as different from that. So that is why I said, if you want to kill me in front of everybody. Let the whole world see you shoot and kill Sowore, and that's it. So that I will know that, yeah, fine, you've done your worst. Even though many of you are not giving him credit for that. Sowore and his crew are still the people who are putting the real pressure on this government locally in that country right now, despite the guns blazing. Do you get that now? So as part of the state-sponsored terrorism, they denied Sowore his fundamental human right from movement to anywhere. And that is a law. That is what a judge in Abuja refused. When they said they should go and listen to his bail condition for about 4 times now. 4 times now, they have tried to bail him. The judge continued to adjourn. They said, change this bail condition. But they won't. But many people who are victims of that system, they are still abusing Sowore. They are still blaming Sowore. I was somewhere yesterday and someone said it to my face. And someone who is living in the UK actually said it to my face that the only thing he didn't like about Sowore was that Sowore was trying to hijack the protest. Okay, where are the protesters now? Who now hijacked your protest? Those who are saying Sowore wanted to hijack their protest, They wanted to make the protest his own. They wanted to make it political. Where are you now? Off the streets. It was on the streets before many of you decided to join them on the streets. Before you decided to join them because you know Davido will be there. You know P Square will be there. You know Force will be there. You know some of your favorite artists will be there. But you then came out. But before you came out, they have been out there being shot at, arrested, detained by the same system. Then they came out, they said, so let's trying to make it his own, he's trying to hijack it. Now, who has hijacked your protest now? The government. What can you do about it? Nothing. Maybe not. So we'll find out. I'm going to be back later this evening to give you an update on another development that we're following on. I'm currently following. I have not really got all my details yet. And when I do, we'll be back again from 9 p.m. If you have the time, you can join me. And for those who are just joining, you can sit back and watch this video after the end of this broadcast, okay? And however, remember, subscribe to Maiyegun's Diary Politico. Click on the notification button so that you don't miss anything. Also, if you want to be a member of Maiyegun's Diary Politico, they want to pick on Burna Boy too. Burna Boy is in London. I know that Wizkid is in Nigeria. I'm not sure, but I believe he's in Nigeria for the launch of his new album, Made in Lagos. But I remember he was in London, participated in the protest in London, and it's been very vocal too. So Burna Boy is in London. Maybe Wizkid is in Nigeria now, or is still in London. And few other people are not in Nigeria too. Their names are going to appear among the names of those they are targeting. Okay, but we'll continue to monitor it. Okay, remember, you can be a member of Maiyegun's Diary Political channel. This one that gives you a different perk. Apart from my subscribed members, all of you who are subscribed. But for those who wants to be members of Maiyegun's Diary Political channel, this is a paying membership. You can be a silver member, you can be a gold member, you can be a platinum member, a prime, or a diamond member. So far, so good. I have this great and wonderful people who believe so much in Maiyegun that indeed they actually pinned in their direct debit to support Maiyegun as members of Maiyegun's Diary Political channel. So I have an honor to be the admin of a membership platform of over 100 members. Thank you to all of you. And for those who are still going to join, you can be a silver member, you can be gold, you can be anything you want to be. And most importantly, you can be a subscribed following member of Maiyegun's Diary, which is free. Thanks so much for your time. I'm going to see you later this evening. If you have the time, please join me. And if you don't, just look out for my video that will likely pop up afterward. Until then, you should have a good afternoon.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran